If you're broke, stressed, and telling yourself, I'll figure it out someday, this video is going to hurt a little in a good way. Because the problem isn't the economy, your parents, or bad luck. It's that you're aiming way too high, way too early. Forget becoming a millionaire. Forget passive income. Your only job is to make your first $10,000. That number will change how you think, how you act, and how seriously the world treats you. I know because it did exactly that to me. And if I had to start from zero today, no money, no connections, no excuses, I'd follow one simple path. Let me show you what most people completely miss. Before we talk about how to make money, we need to fix how you think about it. Because right now, most people are completely confused. They say things like, I want to be rich, or I want financial freedom, or my favorite one, I just want passive income. Cool. That's like saying you want to bench press 200 kilos when you've never touched a gym. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you can't make $10,000, you definitely can't make $1 million. Not because you're stupid, not because you're lazy, but because making money isn't a dream. It's a skill, and skills are built in levels. Your first $10,000 is proof of competence. It proves three critical things. You can create value. Someone is willing to pay you for it. You can repeat the process without luck. And once you have that proof, everything changes. Before my first $10,000, money felt random, like something that just happened to other people. After I hit it, I realized something dangerous, in a good way. I realized money follows systems, not motivation, and systems can be learned. Most people never get this far because they skip steps. They jump straight into crypto, day trading, flipping NFTs, or whatever the internet is hyped about this month. That's not ambition. That's impatience with a Wi-Fi connection. Let me be clear. Those things are not income. They're multipliers. And multiplying zero still gives you zero, which is tragic, but also kind of funny. When you're starting from nothing, you don't need luck. You don't need the next big thing. You need something boring, reliable, and repeatable. Something that puts money in your pocket consistently. This is why the goal is not financial freedom. The goal is your first $10,000. Not because $10,000 is life-changing money, it's not, but because it's identity-changing money. Once you make it once, your brain stops asking if and starts asking how again. And that question is what separates people who stay stuck from people who quietly build momentum. So now that we're clear on why $10,000 matters, the next question is obvious. Where does it actually come from? In the next part, I'll break down the 4 real ways people make their first $10,000. Not theory, not hype, just what actually works. And one of them is way better than the others if speed is your goal. Once you accept that money is a skill, the next mistake people make is overcomplicating the game. They start asking questions like, what's the best business model? Or, what makes the most money long term? Wrong questions. The right question is, what gets money into your hands first? When you strip away all the internet noise, there are only 4 real ways people make their first $10,000. I've tried all of them, and trust me, this choice matters more than motivation ever will. Path 1. In-person services. Things like personal training, car washing, dog walking, barbering, photography. Yeah, I know, not sexy, no Lambos, no laptop by the beach. But here's the thing, these work fast. You show up, you do the job, you get paid, no algorithms, no ads, no waiting for it to pop off, just money. I used to do this myself. I literally knocked on doors in nice neighborhoods, offering to clean cars. And no, that wasn't my dream career, but it was my first proof that I could turn effort into cash. The downside? You trade time for money. One person, one job, one payment. It's great to start, but it caps you quickly. Path 2. Local products. Baked goods, handmade items, art, small physical products. This sounds fun, and sometimes it is, but it's slow. You spend money on materials, time on production, and then hope enough people care. I learned this the hard way. I loved what I was making. My bank account did not. Enjoyment doesn't always equal income. Path 3. Global products. Clothing brands, dropshipping, print on demand. Now we're talking scale. The upside is obvious. Anyone in the world can buy from you. The downside? Cash gets trapped. You sell something, then immediately reinvest to restock. It works, but you need patience. If you're broke and stressed, patience is usually in short supply, which brings us to path 4, the one almost everyone underestimates. Online services. This is where things get interesting. Online services give you global reach without product costs. No inventory, no shipping, no praying your supplier doesn't disappear, just skills and a Wi-Fi connection, copywriting, editing, design, ads, social media. The list is endless. Here's the unfair advantage. Products might give you 20 to 30% margins. Services can give you 70 to 80%. That means when you get paid, the money actually stays with you. And when your goal is your first $10,000, that changes everything. So if your priority is speed, not ego, not aesthetics, not looking successful, this path wins. But choosing the path isn't enough. Next, we need to choose the right skill, and this is where most people freeze, overthink, and do absolutely nothing. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to pick a skill without waiting years to feel ready. This is the point where most people get stuck, not because they're incapable, but because they start thinking way too much. They open Notion, make a life plan, watch 47 YouTube videos, and somehow end up more confused than when they started. Productive procrastination at its finest. So let's make this stupidly simple. To pick a skill, you only need to answer 3 questions. What are you already decent at? What don't you mind getting better at? And what do businesses constantly complain about? The overlap of those 3 is your starting point, not your forever career, your starting point. Here's the mistake everyone makes. They think they need to be amazing before charging money. You don't. You need to be useful. Big difference. Businesses don't hire perfection. They hire solutions. If you can edit a video slightly better than the business owner, you're useful. If you can write a landing page that converts 1% better, you're useful. If you can save someone time, stress, or money, congratulations, you now have a sellable skill. So instead of waiting until you're ready, do the opposite. Start early and price low. Not forever, just at the beginning. Your goal is not to maximize profit. Your goal is to earn and learn at the same time. Now, this is where most people accidentally stay broke. They pick a skill and then position it in the worst possible way. They say things like, I'm a video editor, or I do social media, or I design thumbnails. That tells me nothing. And more importantly, it tells a business nothing. Businesses don't buy skills. They buy outcomes. This is where the skill pyramid comes in. 4 elements. Miss one, and you'll work hard without breaking through. First, positioning. The real money is not in helping individuals look cool. It's in helping businesses make money. A business doing $50,000 a month does not care about your hourly rate. If you can help them make more, spending $2,000 is an easy decision. Second, leverage. Stop selling hours. Start selling results. The moment your price is tied to ROI instead of time, your income stops being capped. Third, reach. If clients can't find you, they can't pay you. You should be posting your work online before you feel confident. Confidence comes after results, not before. And finally, reliability. This one sounds boring, which is exactly why it works. Most people miss deadlines, disappear, or communicate terribly. If you're organized and consistent, you're already in the top 5%. And once all 4 are working together, something weird happens. You stop chasing clients. They start finding you. In the final part, I'll show you how to turn this into a repeatable system, so you don't just make $10,000 once, but know exactly how to do it again. Here's where everything comes together. Making your first $10,000 is not about working harder. It's about removing chaos. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because their entire system lives in their head. And your head is a terrible place to run a business. It forgets things. It panics. It lies to you. The people who get paid consistently aren't always the most skilled. They're the easiest to work with. Think about it. If you were running a business, who would you rather hire? The genius who misses deadlines and disappears for 3 days? Or the solid person who delivers on time every time and actually replies to messages exactly? Reliability is a cheat code. This is why automation matters so much earlier than people think. Not fancy automation, not complex software. Just simple systems that tell you who you talk to, what they need, when to follow up, what you're working on next. Because once you remove mental clutter, you remove friction. And friction is what kills momentum. Here's the part nobody talks about. Your first $10,000 will feel underwhelming for about 24 hours. Then something shifts. You stop scrolling how to make money videos. You stop asking strangers for permission. You stop thinking like someone who hopes and start thinking like someone who executes. That's the real reward, not the number, the mindset. Once you know you can create money on demand, fear loses its grip. You're no longer stuck in the cycle of waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect idea, waiting for the right time. You already have proof. And from there, scaling becomes a technical problem, not an emotional one. That's how $10,000 becomes $50,000, then $100,000, then something you don't even feel the need to talk about online. So don't aim to impress people, don't aim to look successful, and definitely don't aim for millions on day one. Aim for proof, because once you have proof, everything else is just math. If this helped you see money differently, subscribe. Not for motivation, for clarity, and I'll see you in the next one.